Everybody, my name is Sally-Ann Spence and welcome to the Hills Quarry Products dig site in Wick, where we have material from the Ice Age and also from the Jurassic. Please look back at our videos and it'll help you understand a lot more about this site and the excavation that's been going on here. We've been uploading daily and these are rather raw, unedited and live from the field. We want you to experience the dig with us. Now, this is Daniel Crapper. Daniel.
Hello.
We did a video with you really early on in the dig, and then you had to go away.
Indeed.
And you're back again, which is excellent.
As it should be.
Daniel's a geology student from Oxford University, and he's been getting very excited about some of these rocks that you've been finding today, to the point I think you really ought to share this excitement with us, Daniel. These look fantastic. And we're just sitting here right now. To put it into perspective, can I just lift this up? I haven't actually, let me put my gloves on very quickly so I can lift up this bit of rock. This Jurassic area of the dig is just solid fossils. I don't know if you can see this, but that is just solid fossils. I mean, this is heaven for you, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Absolutely heaven. So tell us what you found in here then, Daniel, please.
Yeah, so this is a new spot dug up by the digger a few days ago. This is my first day looking at this area, so you know there's been some good things turning up. In the crate somewhere we have stuff like little fish tooth.
Oh golly, now if we put the bag on top of my hand, we might be able to show people.
That should be visible. Yeah, so that.
Can you see that?
Little black blob is a shell crushing tooth. So it doesn't really look like a tooth because it's not sharp and pointy, but it's kind of a blob shape.
You've really got to have an eye to pick these out.
I mean, they're quite little.
Just quite little. That's absolutely tiny.
And that's sort of the tip of a shark tooth there, nice and pointy.
Oh, brilliant. Right, we've got Emily working the camera for us. Emily, can you pick that up? So we've got the two little tiny teeth there. And they are absolutely tiny. Well done for even spotting them. Gosh, Daniel. Right. What else have we got?
Well, there's a lot more of the same material, to be honest.
We've got little arrows put on rocks. So what happens here then?
So when I find something in the field, the bones and the teeth, as you've seen, they're pretty small. So I'll sort of, I mean, you can see, I'll put an arrow on it, so that when it comes to cataloguing the finds later, all I need to do is look for the arrow. I don't have to spend hours staring at the rock thinking, why did I pick this up? Because I've got it marked right there. And that, I think, is a little fish bone in there.
Can we have a look? You've got to hold it still. I think poor Emily's struggling to, to pick up. These are probably the smallest things we've seen so far.
Yeah, so that little black thing at the end there, I think it's partially concealed by the rock, so it might need preparing to figure out what exactly it is, but it's definitely something.
What have we got here then, Daniel? I can't
so
even...
That's a little burrow. You'll have to bring the camera over again. So we've got a little kind of beige streak going down there. So you can kind of see these layers running that way. Those are just the layers of sand and the rock, and that's running perpendicular to them. So that would be some sort of organism. I have no idea what, you can't really tell, but would have burrowed down into there. And it doesn't look very important, but the types of burrows that you find in this can tell you about roughly how deep the water is and sort of how turbulent it was. So that's important for understanding how the rock formed.
Okay, what else have we got? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
It is indeed. So this was one that Mark found earlier. It's an ammonite, but unusually it's uncoiled.
So we're looking at this one here.
Yeah.
This is a heteromorph.
Yes.
Really nice.
Yeah. Of course, ammonites typically they're kind of coiled up like that, but this is like a long stick. So they're a bit funky. They always break. They're quite fragile, but yeah, we've been finding those as well. They're really unusual, and yet we've been finding quite a few. So
can I lift this up? This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this. We know that we do have new species coming out from this Kellerways material. We've got students working on their masters and their doctorates and things on those at the moment. You know, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, what do you think? This is quite different as well from where you were working earlier on. This is sort of almost in slices, isn't
yeah.
it?
So I don't know if there are some good examples of it just here. If I lean in front of you, apologies for that.
That's quite all right, Daniel.
So you can see it forms these nice thin beds, kind of like flagstones almost. So if you sort of look at a bit of rock here, like that one for example, it's made up of these lovely fine layers. And that's useful because we can look at these beds, how thick they are, how wavy they are, and that tells us about the sort of waves that formed these beds, and that's
There we are, we've got a nice example here.
Lovely example
beds.
there. So that's useful, but what's confusing is this is completely different to what we see over there, just a few metres in that direction. There's absolutely no beds in the rock whatsoever, it's just solid sand. So it's quite baffling, to be honest. Whatever processes formed these beds here, for some reason, wasn't happening over there. Or maybe it did happen, but then something else has happened since to have jumbled up the sediment once more. We don't really know. These are things we've got to figure out. So yeah, the plot thickens, I suppose. It's getting more confusing by the day, but
knowing
yeah,
you,
it's
Daniel,
fascinating.
you're not going to get any sleep tonight, are you? Because you're one of these
No, not really.
people that's going to be really trying to work out what on earth is going on.
Yeah.
I mean, how is this helping your university, your time at university, do you think? This dig. Is this where you're going to be doing a thesis or anything on this type of material?
I don't know. I'm not really sure what the future holds, but it sounds a bit silly, but field work is incredibly important in geology, and just all of this experience is absolutely wonderful because it's not practical for the university to have us doing weeks and weeks of field work. Well, we do weeks and weeks, but this is weeks and weeks on top of those weeks and weeks. So I'm just getting so much more experience seeing stuff in the field, trying to figure out what's going on, you know, coming up with interpretations, thinking, oh, well, maybe it formed from whatever process, and then figuring out how I could test that idea, find something that could disprove it.
That's what we want.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and it's also great doing it on a site where we don't really know what's going on, because when you go on a field trip you scratch your heads for 5 minutes and then they tell you what's happening, and there's only so much learning that can occur in that sort of situation, but where you've actually got to figure it out yourself, I think it's quite beneficial.
I mean, you've got geologists here and paleontologists with loads of experience and everything, so you're able to bounce so much off them as well, aren't you? Which I think is brilliant. Academically, papers, will you be writing a paper out of this?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I mean the bits of tooth and bone that we've got going on here, none of that has been reported in the literature from the Kellaways in this part of the country. There's been a few papers from stuff up north, but this is a completely different kettle of fish. So
quite literally.
Yeah,
as it turns out.
Wasn't intended. So no, there's absolutely scope to write papers on this stuff. And the formation itself, I mean, I've already been talking about how weird it is. That's quite fascinating. It's certainly not stuff you see every day. So there'll definitely be multiple papers coming out of this, probably papers feeding off of each other, given that we've all been working together here.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's exciting to think that even once this dig is all wrapped up, there's going to be years of research coming out of it.
Absolutely, and it's wonderful, and the networking that you've been able to get here has been brilliant. I mean, this whole dig has been brought together by Dr. Neville and Sally Hollingworth.
Yeah.
And I mean, from your point of view, it's just been wonderful, hasn't it, do you think? Is that fair to say? It's been a wonderful opportunity?
Incredible, yeah. I mean, last year I met someone on the dig who works in the mining industry. I didn't know this at the time, but I was just speaking to him, we were getting on fairly well. And I mentioned that, well, you know, that could be a possibility for me, I could give that a go. And he said, well, let me know if you're looking for anything. So I got in touch with him and going to Cyprus this summer as well.
Yes, look at
so that was a connection I made last year. And so then just in a few weeks' time, me and Isaac, who's also done a video for you.
Yes, he has. Keeps looking back at our videos.
Yeah,
yes.
we are going to Cyprus for our mapping project, which is
fantastic.
Part of our degree. It's a compulsory thing we have to do, but doing it in Cyprus, there's, you know, mineral deposits there. We're sort of collaborating with a mining company there. So exciting things, I think.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's all come out of this.
Yes.
Which is brilliant.
So I do hope that, well, I know that Dr. Neville and Sally Hollingworth will get to see these videos at some point after the dig, when they can finally have the opportunity to relax, and for them to also hear these stories and this sort of thing alongside all of you watching it now is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Really is, Daniel, really is. Well, thank you for talking to us about these. I mean, it is just stunning. I love these. I don't know if Emily can just bring the camera in. These are just all this sea life here. It's like, it's a mass death, isn't it?
Yeah.
But absolutely beautiful. They're perfect. Perfect. And the whole seeing them for the first time since the Jurassic.
Yeah, it's quite exciting.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Daniel, one last thing. Have you got one last thing to show us in your tray of little tiny weeny things?
Ooh.
What have we got? Have got one last thing that you can show us. Have we got any of the hooks from the squid things with the hooks on them?
I don't think
We haven't
so.
got any of those.
This is vaguely interesting. There's a interesting fish tooth in here.
Right, let's see how Daniel spots these fish teeth that I really can't see. Like, oh, I can see that.
So just there, it's quite
Just
pointy,
here.
quite black, quite shiny. And they are small, but they're quite distinctive.
Just literally get
just
my fingernail right up against
the
it.
end of your nail there.
There.
Yeah.
Golly, you have got a good eye.
And
Well-
this, who knows, could be packed with many more.
Well,
It's a case of breaking it down at some point.
breaking it down and going through it.
Yeah.
We never see Daniel in the Ice Age area, do we?
No.
That's a very quick no. Daniel doesn't stray over to where the mammoths are. You're not interested in the mammoths or the woolly rhino or the hyenas or anything, are you? It's,
they
the
are
rocks have
cool.
your heart.
Yeah, they are interesting, don't get me wrong, but this is more interesting. So, you know, picking between the two, obviously I'm going to pick this.
Spoken like a true geologist.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true geologist. Well, thank you for going through those with us, Daniel. It's amazing, and it's great to hear how this dig is helping you further your career and
Yeah,
your
thank you.
education.
Yeah.
And we'll let you get on smashing rocks, as that's your
Thanks, yeah.
your much loved hobby, I think. But no, thank you very much, Daniel. Really appreciate that. So keep following these videos, and we're constantly uploading. They are live. They are, you know, just as they are. We want you to experience this dig with us. Unfortunately, this is part of a complex of working quarry, so we cannot have the public here, but we do want to bring the experience to you. So keep watching these videos, and the hashtag is TussForce.